loves. It's me, Love Jones. I am back with another one. Mm. Let's see what's in this energy, y'all. Right away, what popped out is envy. I see a mother-in-law. Somebody's mother-in-law could be envious. Somebody here. Somebody's mother-in-law could have taken something from somebody here. Watching mother-in-laws. They they could be thieves, liars. People out there trying to make you look bad by taking stuff from you. Have people looking at you in a negative way because you lack certain things that these people took, and looking up to people who don't have it all. Looking up to people who just jealous, envious here. James Bond here. Somebody's last name could be James. Somebody could be working with some type of fictitious name, pretending to be somebody who they are not. James may be somebody's mother-in-law. If you're dating somebody whose mother's last name is James, pay attention. James could be a first name. But they took something from somebody here. They stole something from somebody. I'm forbid y'all out there with these people. They could be an artist. You could be an artist. They stole somebody. The mother-in-law here stole something from somebody. They envious. And if your mother-in-law is envious, I say the person that you're around is envious as well. They could even be thirsty here and trying to sabotage somebody here. It says there's an appointed time when the holy ones will get back everything they lost. You have somebody here, I feel like they've spent a lot of time behind the scenes trying to have people look at someone a certain way, while people look up to these people because of something that they have. But what they have, I feel like they've stolen it. It doesn't belong to them. I'm looking up to thieves. Look what I just cut the deck on. Having or showing an extreme greed for wealth or material gain. This is that somebody's dating a person like this, y'all. Yeah. Somebody's person is just like this. They there for the money. And the mother-in-law probably looks like they are well established, but it's because somebody stole something from somebody. And with this card coming out here, I'm willing to bet you they stole some money from somebody. Somebody has access to money they shouldn't have access to. And so for whoever mother-in-law this is, whoever's looking up to these people, y'all might need to pray for discernment. Because these are thieves and liars here y'all looking up to. Thieves and liars here who y'all are appreciating. These people trying to sabotage somebody and call themselves trying to take something from somebody here. They could be an artist, or somebody here could be dating an artist. It's one of those, look like you have more than what you have, while you spend your time talking down on the next person that you may feel like you're in competition with, so that you can win out the competition here. These gold diggers. Y'all might want to pay more attention to the people you choose. It's gold diggers. Look at this, right at the top. Do not wear yourself out trying to gain wealth. They're trying to gain somebody's wealth here. And they've been spiritually stalking somebody. Karma. Karma. Somebody's gonna get some karma here. Poor thing. Sugar daddy. People just I can't make it up, y'all. You're dealing with some gold diggers. Somebody could have been traveling with something. uh, I feel like looks good, but it's not good. Something about a staycation here. Somebody will be traveling soon. It could be traveling soon here. So somebody is also lazy, low energy here. And so you're dealing with a lazy person who comes from a family full of gold diggers here. This person may always be angry, always talking about somebody here. Says acting out. Maybe one of the type of people you feel like you can't take everywhere because of how they act. Lazy. Somebody here is lazy. And they trying to stop somebody's money here. I feel like they took somebody's money here. They may have even call themselves trying to take somebody's man here, but somebody is lazy. And the mother-in-law here, I willing to bet you they doing whatever this is together. They've stolen some type of money here. They got somebody fooled. I don't know who they have fooled, but they got somebody fooled here. I wouldn't give these people access to my money because that's exactly what they want here. Proverbs 26:26. Although his hatred is concealed in deceit, he will be exposed in a congregation here. Somebody here hates somebody. 27:4 says, there's the cruelty of rage and a flood of anger, but who can withstand jealousy? We got jealousy and envy right here. This is how they feel about somebody. They're envious of what somebody have or what somebody had. And they are jealous of somebody here. And so these people that work behind the scene to, I feel like, steal something from somebody here. And they could do a lot of talking down on this person who they've stolen from. And so this sounds like an attempt to make someone look a certain way, to make someone maybe look like they're the gold diggers, to make someone look like they are needy. I just seen a Pisces. Pisces could have something to do with this. Oh, family doesn't like you. I don't know who family this is, but they don't like you because they want to be you. The family don't like you because they want somebody else to be you here. The family doesn't like you because they're too busy trying to take your place here. And I feel like they've taken your money somehow. Your money, your person, your personality. Something here they stole from you. Family don't like you because they can't be you here. They don't like your appearance. Trying to control you here. Not land and sea. Somebody could be, they could have family across seas. These people have courthouse connections here. Candle magic. They could be getting people to do candle magic from across seas. These people could be buying candles overseas to have something done to you. These, unfortunately, when it comes down to industry people, because I've seen artists here, it seems like a lot of the negative ones always win whatever game that they playing. And I feel like that's because they're willing to do anything to be in a certain situation, to be looked up to a certain way here, to have the clout here, to appear like they're something that they are not. And this is why they always win, because 9 times out of 10 they're fighting against somebody here who's just, they're not gonna be willing to go to the extremes just to have I don't know, it could be a man, just to have a man, just to have a woman, just to have some type of position of power here. You have someone with standards and integrity and morals here, and they're not going to be willing to stoop so low. But these people with no standards here, no morals, these gold diggers here, they do anything for money. They do anything for clout. They gonna be willing to do anything. And so a lot of times when you look at certain industries, that's why a lot of people, a lot of the ones who aren't good, be at the top of those industries here, because they're willing to do anything for it. And this is not anything like working hard. We just seen somebody here is lazy. And so they're not going to put in hard work. What they're going to do is try to sabotage other people. What they're going to do is try to steal from somebody else. What they're going to do is spell work here to try to stop the natural events of something here. They're doing spell work to try to manipulate something into going their way here. I feel like that's why a lot of people don't end up with who they're supposed to be with, because a lot of the spell work is going on, and we like to pretend like it's not going on. We like to pretend like that's not what's happening. We like to pretend like that's some type of fantasy world. But we all know, at least most of us know, that spell work can be done in a lot of religions, including Christianity. Because people don't look at Christianity like spell work can be done with certain things in the Bible. It absolutely can. So the African religions, Christianity, Catholics, a lot of people like that do spell work, y'all. A lot of people do that spell work. And I don't know, with it being so popular, why people still try to pretend like it's some type of whimsical thing here. It's like I wish people would just wake up. But unfortunately, people like living a lie. Clout chasing here. That's what you have here, clout chasers here. I'll pay for it. Somebody either paying for something here, or they're going to end up getting caught up about something here. Whatever it is they took, it's coming back to the person they took it from. It was destined for somebody to have something. You're not going to change what God has already written. You can delay it. You can try to throw other things in the mix, but you're not going to change it. That's what somebody tried to do here. It's like somebody tried to either trying to take money or manipulate their way to having a certain relationship with somebody who's there to provide the money. This is somebody looking like this is a gold digger here. Them and their mama. Unfortunately, the mother here says mother-in-law. Somebody here overprotected. Yeah, they could be trying to do things to seal the deal with somebody here in the background. They're doing things to ensure that whoever their child is able to have whatever lifestyle this is that they're trying to live. They're doing everything but helping this child be able to afford this lifestyle on their own here. Like I said, these people, they could definitely be flogging some stolen money around like they can afford to do something, and they can't. Mendacity, untruthfulness, lying. They lying about something here. They're telling a lot of lies about something here. They speaking these lies here. Laconic, using few words. I feel like they are speaking lies on people, and then you got the person here who they're lying on that's not saying much in the background. They're connected to people you know. This is who the lies are going to, the people you know, to make people look at you a certain way. They're trying to shape the way that people view you. They don't want you to be looked at with respect. They don't want you to be looked up to. They want you to be seen a certain way, and they want that respect. But it's not because they've earned it. They've pretty much stolen it. They've lied and manipulated their way into a situation here that they should not even be in. And the church could be involved. Then what did I just finish saying? The church. People look at these churches like, certain religions like don't have just as much magic and manipulation in as others. So you don't have to be an African person. You can be a Christian. I'm saying you don't have to participate in African religions where there's voodoo. You could be a Christian and you spell work out of the Bible. You can be a Catholic and call on certain things. Like, it's the truth of it all. Unfortunately, a lot of pastors in the church, they don't tell you that. A lot of times spell work is speaking something. That's why we have prayers. Everybody call them something different, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. And you can use it to pray for somebody, or you can use it to pray on somebody here. And if you're one of these selfish people who just trying to get what it is they want in life without having to work for it, then you're going to use it to prey on somebody here. And that's what you have here. Some people here preying on somebody here. They're trying to make it look like something that's not. They're in the background trying to manipulate things to have their way here. Somebody's saying stop with the victim mentality here. I don't know what that's for here. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about the people who are in the background doing this. They should stop playing the victim here. I don't know, y'all. Maybe this some of them trolls or something. You still on here, CC Ryder? Can you clarify what you're talking about? Excuse me. Stop with the victim mentality. Anyway, family setup. I can't make it up here. The cards here are telling you the story here. Why? Because they don't like the light that you carry. These are not good people here. These hateful people, jealous people, envious people. They do anything they cloud chasing people. LA here, somebody could be from LA. I see a stolen house. I'm telling y'all, they stole something from somebody. I've been saying that since the beginning. If it's money, a man, but I just seen stolen a house here. Some people either living in a house that don't belong to them, or they have, because my readings a while ago, I kept getting somebody tried to sell something. So they may have stolen the house and then sold it. And it didn't belong to them. That sounds like I just seen America's Family Insurance here. Somebody could have had some type of insurance policy, life policy here, will. and that they were left or that they were in here. Somebody here gained access to that and stole it, and they using that money that belongs to somebody else to look like they are established here, to look like they are well off, to be around these certain type of people. And I'm gonna assume that's the artist that they want to be around, because these people aren't artists. If they were, why would you have to steal? You would be making your own here, but we already seen these are lazy people. And so you got people who have stolen something from somebody who wants to appear as if they are well off, and they are coming for a person here. They coming for somebody here in the background, trying to make somebody here look unstable. When the truth is, you're dealing with the unstable ones. The truth is, people probably looking up to these unstable ones. Y'all better try praying for yourself here. South knows that's what these people are in. This could be people from your past, co-workers here, school associates, somebody that you used to sleep with, or ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-something here. Mischievous. Yeah, look, mischievous. You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling here. Getting in the way of what I'm feeling. It's something that somebody wants here, and they weren't able to get it without being a spitting image of you. So what they did here is stole something from you to try to gain whatever this is from this person here, because they want somebody here who I feel like wanted you at a certain point. And so these people copied you here. These people catfish somebody here to get what it is they want. Open reproof is better than concealed love. Yeah. Corruption. Momentous here. Burger King, Dairy Queen here, because that's what you got. Ice Princess or this fake king here. People pretending to be something that they are not. These are like those stepsisters who was trying so hard to fit in Cinderella's shoe. this is that. Somebody having to pretend like they're something they're not to trick somebody into being with it. If you got to trick somebody into being with you, that's probably not your person here. And again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning. That's why a lot of people who should be together are not together here. And that's why a lot of people are in these relationships when they just pretending to be happy for the gram. Or for the book, or for whatever social media sites that they are on. I just seen water signs here. Somebody could be a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. While a lot of people out here pretend to, like, cameras come on, they give you this real big happy smile. But had you seen the way their face was before the camera turned on, it wouldn't be any more obvious that these people aren't happy with their situation. Even if they have all the money here, all the money in the world doesn't make you happy. All the money in the world doesn't make you happy. And you're not going to be happy with a person who didn't want you to begin with. The fact that you had to tear somebody else down, steal from them, pretend to be them, pretend to be them to get something that did not belong to you, that wasn't for you. Not only, not only, I just seen air signs here and a Bunny and Clyde, and not only this person doesn't have who they supposed to be with, newsflash, you don't either. Whoever you are, there's somebody out there for you on your level of stuff where you can just be yourself and you don't have to pretend to be anybody else here. You don't have to tear somebody down to get this person's attention, because what you do naturally will get this person attention, will call this person in right here if you're just being you, if you're living in your truth. But because you have spent quite some time here, and evidently you and your family, or it could be you and this person's family, have spent some time here trying to make it look like you are something that you're not, you're not even going to be happy with this situation. You're not going to be happy with it because you have to keep pretending to be the person you were pretending to be at the beginning. Mirror magic. Some people could definitely be in the mirror trying to do something here. That's trying to be somebody else here. All this magic and manipulation around a relationship, I can tell you, if it's meant for you, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do all the magic, all the spell work, the candle magic, all the talking about people, spreading rumors and lies. Theft here. You don't have to do that. People on here saying stop with the victim mentality. Because what happens here, if somebody got something that they weren't supposed to have, and they feel like if you out there complaining about it, I guess, then you have this victim mentality, like somebody did something to you. I don't know. I don't know what this person was talking about. I wish they wouldn't have said that and then hopped off here. I would like to have a dialogue, question exactly what it is they were talking about. Thirsty. Because that's what you have here. And people will try to make it look like somebody else is that thirsty, envious one here who is toxic here. So they're going to make somebody else look like that. And then when they win a person over or a job over or some type of situation over, and then they want to say you made it look like you're playing a victim here. Because they played a dirty game. Somebody could say they like it nasty here. This person could be nasty here. Hell, that legacy, whoever it is. So this could be one of those, I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you how I got this ring. It reminds me of something I seen the other day. When a lady was asking her husband what would he rather have. Somebody who looked nice when you came home, or a clean house, or food cooked. And while the man was eating, he said he'd rather have somebody that looked nice when he came home than any of the other stuff. And I just thought it was funny, because the truth is, if you're a person who don't cook or don't clean, that's why it takes spell work to pull some certain things around here. That's exactly why. Because eventually, a body gets old. Eventually, sex with a person, it's gonna feel regular, you know? Don't get me wrong, there's things you can do to keep it spiced up, but eventually you're gonna stop being thirsty for something that you have at home every day. That's like being crazy about a car that you want very badly, and then having that car for 20 years already. Yeah, you still love the car, but you're not crazy about it like you was to begin with because you've had it already. And so my thing is, eventually you're gonna start looking for a home cooked meal. You're gonna start looking for a clean house. Eventually you're gonna start looking for the basic stuff when you get over just a pretty face or just some open legs anytime you come home. Eventually you're going to start looking for the other stuff. Eventually you're going to start asking yourself, well, why can't I have the open legs and a clean house? If I left you here all day long, you mean to tell me it took you all day long to look pretty, to look cute? It took all day long to do it took all day long to do that. Then you start questioning how ugly a person got to be if it done took them the whole day, your whole work shift, just to look cute. Like, how much work do you have to put in and to looking that way where you can't provide anything else? I don't know. That's what this reminds me of here, because somebody here is lazy. Aquarius here. But I think the laziness comes from them feeling like whoever or whatever this is was going to come with them not having to do much but be like arm candy here. And this is what they were fighting over here. I feel like a position to be somebody's arm candy. So that tells me this is a person with money here. So like I said, I'm going to assume that the person that they were doing this over is the person who is looked at like the artist here. They are not the artists themselves. Ego, self-centered here. And I see blessings here. So that's what we have, y'all. I'm not going to dig too much into this. That's what you have. Person here who has went out the way. And I say a person, but this is people. There's people working together here. And so with that said, I feel like people here have gained from doing something. Not just one person here, but people here have been invested into making one person look a certain way and the other person looking a certain way. People have invested here into making someone look like they are on a certain level here. And they've also invested into making somebody look like they aren't who they are. And they have catfished the hell out of somebody right here. Somebody fell for the okie doke, as they say here. Somebody fell for the okie doke. Low key. But not only are they pretending to be somebody they're not, it's something missing here. Somebody stole something from somebody. They've stolen somebody's house, somebody's money. It definitely could be a person involved here. They could be with somebody's person. Maybe it ain't y'all person anymore, you know. Because they done been tricked by these people here. But they stole something outside of just a person here. They stole somebody's house, somebody's money here. And willing to bet you is to make it look like they can fit in with a certain group of people here. These people. I see Libra and a Gemini here. Libra and a Gemini. Send an evil eye. Bad energy here. Stay woke because they be creeping. They keeping an eye out on somebody here. Because they want that person to keep looking a certain way here. They watching a certain person and send an evil eye. Let me tell you something. If you are that invested into yourself and that confident within yourself, it's nothing you have to do to another person to look like you are who you are. And so for everybody who has spent their time with somebody else's name in their mouth, for everybody who has spent their time sending spell work to another person, for everybody who spends their time so focused on somebody else and what that person is doing, it tells you something. I was watching something with a clip of Cat Williams, and he was just saying how it has something to do with black people and white people. And he was just saying that white people watch black people so I think that was the question. Why do white people watch black people so much? And he was saying, well, if I told you a lie and I know that the truth is over here, and I told you a lie and I want you to look over here, although you may not know the truth, I still know the truth. And so while I'm trying to get you to look over here, I'm going to still be looking at this truth right here because I know what the truth is. And so that's what I feel like when it comes down to these people here who have evidently, they've been watching you very hard. We already seen spiritually stalking here. They're doing things in the background to try to make you look like you are the lie. But they're so focused on you because the truth is you are the truth. The truth is, they know you are the truth. They know who they're trying to imitate out here. And so they're going to watch and keep looking at the truth while they try to persuade you to look at the lie. That's what this is giving. They're going to do their best to make you look a certain way. They're going to be completely focused on you and how they can bring you down. Because the truth is, you are who they want to be. So, yeah. That's what I have here, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'll be back. Good morning, head boss moderator.